welcome back to our podcast. I'm the Disturbed Southern Belle.
And I'm the gentleman.
We're continuing our series on some of the most disturbing media, and we're going to be covering a few more movies in the next few episodes. And this one is a very odd but interesting movie. I have seen it. It's called Dogtooth. It's a 2009 psychological drama art film that's about this family who keep their children isolated and basically just ignorant of the outside world well into the children's adulthood. All these children are adults at this point in the movie. They're young adults, granted, but they're definitely adults. So let's get into it. So it starts off and it shows a mother and father living with their 3 adult children, which includes 1 son and 2 daughters. And they live inside this fenced-in compound that the kids aren't allowed to leave. So the children basically have no knowledge of the outside world, and their parents tell them that they'll be ready to leave the compound once they lose a dog tooth, which is basically one of your canine teeth, which is not a normal tooth that you would lose in adulthood,
Yeah.
Well, any tooth in adulthood per se, but still. They're also told that the only way they'll be able to safely leave the compound is by going in a car. So they can't leave on foot. They have to leave in a car. And of course, none of them have a car. None of them know how to drive, as you can imagine. They basically kept them in this childlike state. So the children find, various ways to entertain and amuse themselves, such as participating in these weird endurance type games, like holding their hands under hot water for as long as possible, just odd stuff like that.
I mean, to be fair, I done that.
Well, yeah, but...
Or I did that.
I don't know. They believe that they also have another brother that lives on the outside of the compound's fence, and they often throw supplies to him. Now, why they believe this, I have no clue. There's nothing to indicate as to why, but they made themselves believe that they did. So they're just basically throwing stuff over the fence. I don't know if maybe somebody's coming by and picking it up. I have no clue. But anyway, so the children are rewarded for their good behavior by their parents by stickers. They give them stickers if they're good. So, really, it's sort of stupid because these are adult people. However, their bad behavior is, of course, punished with violence, as you could probably imagine.
Yeah.
So, here's where it really starts kicking off and getting just really, really weird. So, the father decides he's going to pay this employee of his factory, who is this woman named Christina, to come to the house in order to have sex with his son. As you do, So, during their encounter, Christina becomes frustrated with his son as he will not perform, we'll say, certain sexual acts. You can leave that as you will. So Christina then later trades this headband she has with the family's oldest daughter in exchange for sexual favors. Don't ask me. It makes no sense. And it's as crazy as it sounds is exactly how this movie plays out. So later, the older daughter trades the headband to the younger sister in exchange to have the girl lick her on the shoulder.
Well, all right.
Exactly. And this starts this weird interaction where later the younger sister comes back and offers to lick her again. If she'll give her something else, she don't have anything. But anyway, they decide they're just going to start experimenting by just licking each other in various places. And it's not really so much sexual. It is like on the shoulder, neck and stuff. But it's weird. So sometime later, the father goes out and he goes to this dog training facility and he demands them to give him the family's dog. However, the trainer refuses to give the animal to him as the dog has not finished its training. The trainer asks the father if he wants an animal or a friend. Okay. So later, the children are out in the garden and they spot this stray cat, which they've never seen a cat before, and they get terrified. And they end up killing the animal with a pair of pruning shears. The father decides to take advantage of this fear, and so he shreds up his clothes and he covers himself with fake blood. He then tells the children that their brother that lives on the other side of the fence was killed by a cat, which is the most dangerous creature there is. And they believe him. It's just what? I know. He then teaches them to get on all fours and bark like dogs in order to keep cats at bay. And they do this. So after they finish their training, dog training, we'll say, they then hold a memorial service for the unknown brother who never probably ever existed. Christina again returns to the home, and she tries to barter with the older daughter again for more sexual favors. However, the girl refuses the offer of Christina's hair gel, and instead she asks for these videotapes that she spots in Christina's bag. Christina obliges and gives the girl the tapes, which are copies of the movies Rocky IV and Jaws. So the older daughter then later watches these videos in secret, and then she later recreates scenes in the movies and quotes various dialogue from the films. The father gets suspicious about where she's heard this stuff or whatever, so he takes one of the tapes, and then he gets enraged and he ends up beating the girl with the tape because he finds them. So, okay.
All right. I don't see how much damage that could really do, just kind of hitting someone with it. But whatever.
He hits her repeatedly. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
I mean, imagine if you hit someone a lot with it.
It's stupid, I know. He then goes to the apartment where Christina lives, and he takes her VCR and he hits her with it, and then he curses her future children to be corrupted by bad influences, whatever that means. So later, the parents decide that since the son will no longer be seeing Christina, they're not going to let her come back anymore because of the videotape incident, that he should now choose one of his sisters to be his new sexual partner, because obviously, right? He's then shown fondling each girl with his eyes closed, and he chooses the older sister. The two later engage in a sexual encounter, which leaves the older sister feeling uncomfortable, and she ends up having this threatening speech to him, but she delivers it like this Hollywood dialogue, it's stupid. It's so theatrical and goofy. So later the daughters are shown performing for their parents' anniversary. They're dancing around and just, it's really stupid looking too. The younger daughter has to stop to rest. However, the older daughter continues alone, and she begins to dance in the choreography style flash dance. And anybody who's seen the movie probably knows what it is. Just, the little jumps, tapping feet and all, you know what I mean. And this disturbs her parents. So they end up making her stop and whatever, and it ends. Later that night, the older daughter takes a dumbbell and she knocks out one of her dog teeth. She then sneaks outside and hides in the trunk of her father's car. Later on, the father discovers the fragments of her shattered teeth, and he looks everywhere for her, but he's unable to find her. The next day, he's shown driving to work, and the car is seen sitting outside the factory, assumingly with the girl still trapped inside the trunk, and then that's the end of the movie.
Well, that seems like a very poorly planned escape.
Yeah, now whether or not she gets out, I don't know. I don't know if he's got one of those cars, that's got the hatch in it, where you can release. I have no clue. It makes you think she can't get out. It just kind of makes you think that. And I guess he don't know she's in there. I mean, I guess and she could hit on the trunk and stuff, but they're so weird. I don't even know that she would do. I mean, I don't know. You just have to see these kids. And I'm not even blaming the kids because they were isolated their entire life.
Yeah.
But it's a very, very odd movie.
It sounds like
it's not. It's just out there. I don't even know the purpose of it.
Pretty sure I've never seen this one. I kind of want to see it, just how weird it sounds.
I've seen it. It was on Shudder at one time, sometime back now. I don't know if it is anymore.
That seems like something that would be on Shudder.
I think that's even where I saw it, but I'm not even 100% sure. But I've seen it. It's just as crazy as it sounds. It's, I guess, not disturbing in the way some movies are disturbing, but it is disturbing when you're watching it. It's very uncomfortable to watch. It's just the way they present things, the way these kids act. They're just very weird and just, I don't know. They play the parts well. Let's just put it that way. You could believe that they've been isolated, and they're very awkward, and reasonably so, but still. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed that segment. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and don't forget to stay disturbed.